So most importantly,
everybody's happy.
But I think the Filipinos tremendously benefit across the spectrum.
And as you make money, CIAC makes money also.
Absolutely. They have a percentage of everything that we're going to get. And I think they would probably tell you this is one of the most attractive opportunities. I also want to give a special thank you to a couple gentlemen who have been our business partners. One is the former ambassador from the Philippines to the United States, Ambassador Raul Rabe, and his associate Jerry Stehmeyer, who have been absolutely the honest brokers in advising us through the business communities. Ambassador Raul Rabe, with his 6 years when he was ambassador to the U.S., understands the Philippine-American business communities. Also, Raul de Mesa, who's the president of Bank of Commerce, has been a very strong business financial advisor for us. Former Ambassador Albert Del Rosario, another business advisor for us. But we've been very blessed to be surrounded by just very good Filipino businessmen and advisors that helped us work here. We're very comfortable, but we still recognize that this is the Philippines, that we need to be part of the Philippine community, and we ought to be as Filipino as we can possibly do that. My Tagalog is not so good, but I have a pretty good vocabulary. I just have a hard time with the sentences.
Okay, and I'd like you to repeat how much money you're putting in. It's over $1 billion, right?
For the actual investment in this project is right up front right now, we're burning through about 30 million US in the roads, the utilities, the site development, the street lights, the fencing, the signage, landscaping, all of that infrastructure, 30 million, that's being done now. And people might say, well, when are we going to see the bulldozers in the field? Probably after the first of the year. Right now, it's not glamorous, but there's an awful lot of engineers and architects working in Palafox's office doing the planning. The
details.
We had a milestone meeting 2 days ago with KGL, the owner, and with CIAC that approved the development where we're at. We have to deliver that in mid-November to CIAC. Contractually, we have to deliver that. We will probably start the real earnest work in the field shortly after the first year, the same as the civic projects. We're not going to do those civic projects until we're still hiring people, we're still, ramping up.
Talking about hiring people, you said you need people right now to work for your office in Clark.
We do. We are looking for sales and marketing people. We're looking for construction managers, engineers, construction people, quality assurance, QA, HSE, health, safety, environmental. We're looking for accounting and finance.
HR.
We're really looking for ramping up the whole office to do this.
And people who are viewing us, where do they go?
Well, our office is literally across the street from Oriental Duty Free. It's
good for Oriental, huh?
The newest and best-looking building on the site. And same thing with contractors. We do have a telephone number. Very easy to remember, 045. Everybody knows that. 499-1100.
Okay, so it's going to be flash on your screen also while.
So people can contact us, vendors, suppliers, construction companies. And when you ask, we didn't quite answer that, but we're talking $1 billion of vertical construction. Now, we've got a 7-year phase. It's hard to predict the world economy, but we're looking at a construction period over about 7 years.
7 years.
Remember, this is bigger than Bonifacio or Makati Central, and so that doesn't build up overnight. But $1 billion of construction over that period of time. The first building will start also after the first year, which will house the KGL offices, our offices, Palafox. The commercial area, we've actually got some memorandums of intent. Already. Several big-name Filipino entities to locate there. And I think you're going to see, as we're able to start announcing it, people willing to come up here and put their businesses in here. So about $1 billion over that period of time. It's pretty significant.
That's a lot, huh?
It's a lot.
And more, I think, will be coming in as...
I think with, and clearly, it's that perfect storm.
Yes.
In Subic, you have Winstrom Computers, Acer,
Yes.
they've been there a long time. Hanjin, big names in Subic. Subic's done a great job. And here at Clark, you've got Texas Instruments coming in. There are a lot of other big names out there looking at coming in. You got Yokohama. You've got Nanox. In fact, I believe, Sonny, just this past week, there was a press release that Nanox and Yokohama over $300 million of exports in the first 6 months of this year. So now with this project here, so you've got some real big names.
Okay, so you know, we can go on and on. There's a lot of good stories here, and this is good for the country. After you see everything that's happening worldwide that's not so good, there's a lot of good news that Mr. Dennis Wright is telling us right now. So I'm going to give you a few more minutes, Mr. Dennis, to give us some more good news for our viewers. And we're not just being watched in Angeles City or in the Clark Freeport, ladies and gentlemen. We're watched in several areas, several provinces, in Bataan, Bulacan, Pampanga, soon in Tarlac. So, and this is not just good for the area that we have here. This is going to be good for the people of Bulacan, Bataan, also Tarlac, Nueva Ecija, the whole of Central Luzon, eventually the whole country. So, Mr. Dennis?
I mean, very good point. First of all, that perfect storm we started with, maybe this is a good way to end. We started on a perfect storm, we end on a perfect storm. We've got the Subic-Clark-Tarlac Expressway that makes from Clark, when the interchange is in, to Zambales, Bataan, 25 minutes. Of course, Tarlac is right next door. Bulacan, all of the provinces around here, 25 to 30 minutes to this site. 70,000 jobs. Those workers have to come from the entire surrounding area. A short commute from San Fernando, a short commute from Tarlac, a short commute from, because in Metro Manila, the average Filipino commute's 45 minutes.
Right.
So from here, you can come all the way from Caloocan or Quezon City here in 45 minutes now with the expressway. The railroad come in, again, it opens up. So this is a huge stimulus. Now, the airport, there's public tendering going on to take the airport to 7 million passengers. And by the way, another very, very significant Kuwaiti group is interested, Qarafi. And Qarafi...
The Prime Minister of Kuwait just was a recent visitor to the country.
Yes, the Prime Minister was here August 5th, 14th, 15th, and 16th, and I was fortunate to be invited to the palace for the state dinner.
That's how serious
with
they
Sheikh
are.
Ahmed and Kuwait Prime Minister. And so another big Kuwaiti group, Qarafi, is very much interested in privatization of the airport. So the flights, the airport expansion, the resorts, there are going to be a lot of jobs up here, and that stimulates the economy. Trickle down, more vendors, more trucks, more transport. So lots and lots of jobs, more money in the economy, that makes jobs, shopping, and everybody comes happy. So I think everybody in the area, not just, it's fortunate. Yes, it's in Pampanga, and yes, it's at Angeles and Mabalacat, and yes, it's at Clark, but all of the surrounding provinces are going to benefit. All the Philippines is going to benefit. So, and it spins off. I mean, Mindanao is going to benefit as Islamic Muslim investors come and are attracted. You have Kingdom Hotels, a large Saudi group who's building 2 hotels with Ayala in Manila. You have Dubai World and Nakheel, 2 big UAE companies who are here, and now you've got Kuwaiti, and that's going to be beneficial for Mindanao.
Yes.
It's going to be spill off into the Visayas, so all of the Philippines.
For the whole country.
The whole country, absolutely.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Dennis.
Well, thank you
Mr.
for
Dennis
having me.
Wright.
Thank you.
And the good thing about it, the perfect storm, is that everybody is trying to work to see this realized. You got Pamintuan, you got Abaya, you got Ricafort, you got Luciano, you got the head of Subic, Mr. Areza. All these guys are working together to see this happen, and we're going to see it very, very soon, especially with investors like Peregrine, KGL coming in, and all the people that they're bringing to invest in their area. Alam niyo mga kaibigan, sabi nga ho ni Mr. Dennis Wright, sa construction period pa lamang ho, 5,000 workers. When this is finally over, the development, 70,000 workers. We just imagine, we have 54,000 workers now in Clark. Now add the people working in this global area that Mr. Dennis is talking about. No, we got a very, very good future ahead of us. So you have a nice day now. Ito po yung lingkod, Sunny Lopez, sa inyong programang Aksyon Central Luzon Special Edition.